E to the L to the U to the X to the E to the top. Smacking.
Why hello there guys, Qwerty Afro here with another Playing Metro Simulator video. Today we're back in Rijndam, however you pronounce it. We're back, and as I promised, we are going to be covering line M1 today. And we're going to be doing the whole route. There are some alternate terminuses that you can do. I'm just going to turn off the AI because I don't want to. Let's actually set up the train, shall we? Let's get. Yes, we go. No, we're not going to that. We're going to Pambos, which is the last stop. So line M1 is the longest line, I do believe, on the network. There are two alternate terminuses, which one being, as you can see on the destination board, is Noorderpoort, which we actually saw in the previous Metro Sim video where I was driving line 4, and that's where line 4 joins up first with M1, and then and you saw that there was a middle island platform that actually was having some trains that were terminating there and then going back here, which this is the southern, or I should say southeast terminus of M1, which is Molenbeek. And actually down here you can see, and also some freight AI just to show it, which is pretty cool. Down here is the one of the depots. I do believe this is the depot for, I think, like mostly all the trains. I would have to say there are depots. I think this is the main depot of the whole map, to be honest. This is where I think all trains get housed in the night. All lines, I think line 4, M4, M1, M2, M3. The airport shuttle, I think, has its own siding somewhere else, but there's also sidings, as I showed you before, with line M4. There's some underground sidings just outside the airport station, but this is the main place where most of the trains will be shuttled, to be honest. You can see here there's some old trains, but the thing which is really cool about line M1 is that old trains as well as new trains run on it, while the other lines tend to... And is that actually my train going? Oh, what a I thought I turned that off. Look at that, it just went. It doesn't matter, we'll catch back up to it. But yeah, this is Molenbeek, southeastern terminus, and you can see that the destinations alternate. There is another alternate destination for M1, line M1, which is Noord-Viet. We'll pass it and I'll tell you about it. And that one was the actual terminus, the northern terminus for M1, and then you would actually have to take another shuttle, another branch of M1 in a different train up to Pambos. Pambos is like the section of M1 which is like single track, so that's why they had it normally going up to Noord-Viet, and then you take like just one train along the single track up to Pambos. But now they've integrated it where they can have multiple trains going within that section of track, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Probably the most interactive line in terms of changing alternate like terminuses and whatnot, which I think is really cool. Also, the traction is a bit, well, it's quite short. I thought for the longest line you'd have like a really long consist, but you only have this kind of consist, which is a bit surprising. Let's turn off the air. Let's do a little bit of driving, because come on, I need to do a little bit. The shoutouts in this video, before I forget, go to COMTOP and RioPlayzHD. That's again COMTOP and RioPlayzHD. Their links and stuff will be down below. Do show them some love. And I think I have to stop at this 2 marker, which I'm probably not going to do, or just about do. Perfect. Here at this station, which is Simvaletland. See, they've stolen the name there of Simvalet and whatnot, which is pretty cool. But we're now heading underground, which is pretty cool. And then we're pretty much underground until we get to that point, that the station of Noorderpoort, I think. Or maybe there's a few more after Noorderpoort that's underground. But then, you know, that kind of general area, and then we'll be back back overground for the kind of like section up to Pambos, which is it's kind of semi single track and dual track, I think, up there as well. I think it turns into like overhead wire, because I like, so most of these lines actually switch between, I think all of them actually switch between third rail and an overhead wire, which I think is really nice. So you're always like changing the traction, the voltage. Very nice. Train's off, and then this train's in, and oh, look at that, the door's open. I really love that addition of the doors opening. I think that just adds so much more immersion to the AI. And we're into the tunnels. A lot more tunnels with Rijndam compared to Viet. Which is nice, because, you know, it's metro. You'd think metro is underground more than overground, to be honest. Is it, like, fair to say that, like, if a metro service is... Well, you can have overground metro services. It depends what you kind of define as a metro. Is a metro underground, or is it, like, a combination of both, of, like, short-distance stopping kind of services and stuff like that? Is it... Is a subway, I would think a subway would have to be purely underground with, yeah, some stops, like obviously the New York subway. Not all the New York subway lines are underground, but most of the lines and stuff do go underground. So I'd say a subway needs to be at least I think I should have started with that white one. I think doesn't matter. But yeah, I would consider a subway. It would have to be a network that at least goes underground once. If you have a subway which is all the time above ground, then I feel it's not really a subway anymore, and that's probably more of a metro. But then again, metros go underground as well, so it's a bit. I don't know. Like, I don't know if metro is more of a European kind of thing for it, instead of obviously America. In America, they call it subway and whatnot. And I think in Canada as well, they call it a subway. And maybe even in some other parts. And while in Europe, they call it mainly metro. But then, when you come to London, London has its own acronym for subway. It's either just underground or it's the tube. There's no, like, I've never heard anyone in London call, like, the tube the metro or the subway. Like, it just is, like, in London, it's so different, and I feel it's kind of unique in a way, because obviously it's like one of the first it's the first underground metro subway kind of like thing ever created, first back in the middle 17th century, no, 19th century. What am I saying, 17th? I'm using my my timings there a little bit. Anyway, coming into Central Station, and maybe we might see some activity to our left here. Yes. That is, I don't think M5, which if you watched the previous MetroSim video, I would have shown you that M5 is the circular kind of route that takes over when M2 and M3 are like on engineering works or something like that. But yeah, here at Central Station, I think that is M4 actually coming in there, so let's... start slowing down. Very nice. Right, up here, this 2 marker we're aiming for. Perfect. Doors open. Lovely. So you can see here now, this is kind of what normally occurs. I don't think M2 is not on this side. Oh no, oh here it is on this side. So M2 is for Monument, and M3 is for Rijndam Zinkenhuis, if I'm saying that right. That's the main station, and then Station West Plain is actually an alternate destination for M3 and M2, but it seems to be that M3 is the one that only kind of takes advantage of it. I think M2 just all the time goes to Monument, and I'll be doing M2 and M3 at some point in the series, so stick around for that. Oh, I was just wondering if maybe that's the map for Viet. Probably not. I really wish there was a I really, really wish there was like a kind of interior camera, because I'll be driving from it all the time, I think, personally. Right, let's don't close doors. There is something that you could kind of like, let me see. Ah, hello. Let's put on, oh no, what the hell? Am I? Right, I'll put it on AI and we'll go back. Ah! So, I was wrong in the previous video, and there is a passenger view for, I think, these new trains, but I don't think you can access the cabin. I don't think you can access the cabin in the older trains. I completely forgot about this. When I was testing out this route, I did stumble upon this, and you can, you know, get like this kind of view, which is really cool. So you can actually now sit here, let the AI drive, which is probably be the best thing, because I obviously don't know I haven't route learned this, like these lines yet, so I can't just like sit here and be like, oh, there, that station's coming up about now. So it's nice having this nice AI feature, so I can just sit back here, pretend I'm a passenger, and sit back and just enjoy the line, really. I don't think this was a camera available before in the previous updates. I don't think, because I couldn't access this. I'm pretty sure. I think you press like 6 or 7 to access it. Like, I think 1 is the cab, 2 is the alternate cab view, 3 goes to like the top of the train view where you can see the pantograph. Then the 4 goes to the base of the wheel or something like that, or underneath the train. But look at this. I am a passenger in Metro Sim. Like, certain things for this game I don't expect ever to be like implemented, like say passengers. I don't think that's a thing at all that would be considered, and it doesn't really need it, to be honest. As I said in the previous episode, I would love to see a bit more variety with stock. I'd love just more trains. I love that they're now adding more maps. Rijndam 2016 is the first map that they're adding in 3.10. Simvilet 2020 so far is the most updated Simvilet map in 3.10. You can still have a legacy. I think there is still a legacy version of Simvilet 2013, as well as Simvilet 1982 with the older trains and like older destination board style things. There is also, so for 3.11, I think there is a map called Brel, I think, as well as for 3.12 there is another one which I've completely forgot. I think it starts with an N, but those are being made by like community, kind of like, I don't know if they're developers that are making it the map, or it's just people in the community that are actually like been given access to kind of make these maps or whatever. Because I don't know if you can like download some sort of mod thing, a mod pack, or like an editing kind of tool for this and make your own stuff for it. I don't know, because, you know, and there's obviously that mysterious MGRS2 something, or MG something 2 train that still needs to be added to this game. This is the SG2, I do believe, and I think the RG2 is like a similar train to this, but just like, I think, a different variant. And then there's the MGS2, which is the one that I've been really wanting to have in the game. It's similar as well to this, like the cabs and stuff and whatnot, and the doors and stuff are similar. Just the front end of the train actually looks a bit different, and I can't wait till that. I don't know when that's going to be like actually implemented. Like, I've seen, I think recently, the developer did a stream on the main YouTube channel for Metro Sim, which I advise you subscribe to, because he does post some kind of update videos of like what's going to be included in the next update and whatnot, and what he's working on. And he did a live stream, I think, of one of the upcoming maps. I think it was Brel. I think the 3.11 update map, which will be coming out he then spawned one of those trains which is still not yet available for public release, or not available with the with any of the updates. But I don't know if maybe it is available. Just I don't know where to find it. But I think it's still not available. It says on the wiki page that it's still like in development or something like that. But he spawned it and he played it and it looks absolutely fine. I don't know. You know, things like that maybe take time. You see here we're like racing M2. So M2 terminates at Central Station, M3 terminates at Central Station. One goes clockwise, one goes anti-clockwise to Central Station, and then they go back the other way, and then they join together, head out to the... oh, look at that, it's fantastic. And then you're going to be able to see my train actually pop up there, which is actually really nice. So they've then both driven up and head to the west, and then they split up again, and one heads northwest, one heads southwest, which is really cool. To their alternating destinations. Right, let's take off AI. Let's do a little bit of driving. Did my little passenger kind of sit down, which was cool actually. Gave you that kind of aspect and perspective. See, we've catched up to this M2 train, which is pretty cool. Right. I think this train's gonna leave before I... Yeah, it's gonna leave. I'm gonna leave as well now. I'm gonna quickly in visual because I want to race it. I think I have acceleration advantage, so let's... Oh, there we go. But I don't know, I can't see anymore. Because I don't think... Do we connect up? I'm not even too sure. I don't think we do. But I can hear it right next to me. Oh, and I think, yeah, so then now it goes... I think I'm now in an underpass and it's now gone across me. But we raced it. I think we won that, I think. But that's what you can do in this, because you have trains going the same direction that you are, so you can race AI if that's your thing, and that definitely is my thing. Right. I think the next station is Noorderplaat, I think. Yes, let's actually put it onto AI. So this is where like every other M1 service terminates, which you can see here with this older train. And what's really cool is that, as I said at the beginning of the video, line M1 is the only line I do believe that utilizes both versions, both ages of stock, which is really nice. Because it's kind of like, it is the longest line. Yeah, you can see here. Quite nice. And that is line M4, what we did in the previous episode. Very nice. When is this one leaving? I think this one should be leaving now, unless the M4 is actually slightly ahead of it. Well, they technically both should be leaving right now. And we're heading off down to the left. I mean to the right. Get my left and rights again mixed up. While straight ahead is only for M4. And this is, of course, where we breach up into the surface. Let me turn off the air again. Let's do a little bit more driving. And this is where like M1 has its like own little unique bit, and it will get even more unique once we pass the station of Noord-Violet, which was the original terminus for like the main services from Molenbeek. Ooh, we have a little bit of an amber here coming in. Oh, we actually have to slow down to 10. Ah, yes, we have crossings to contend with here now. Right, let's slow down. Perfect. And yeah, everything's to Pambos, and everything should be, yeah, everything's to Molenbeek. And apparently this one is delayed. This third one is delayed for some really weird reason. We'll see what that one is actually up to. I don't know why that one's delayed. But it's cool that like these destination boards actually tell you what if anything is actually delayed and whatnot, which is very cool. And now we convert. Well, I should have. Well, I let the AI do it, but normally you would just you'd press Shift I to raise the shoe gear, and then Shift. No, you'd press Shift I to raise the shoe gear, and then you would press Control P to do the pantograph, and then if you wanted to switch back, you would do Shift P and then Control I to lower the shoe. So similar to some of the dual voltage trains you actually get in Train Sim as well. I think they're sort of similar in the way you do it, like with the Class 313. I actually don't know because I actually haven't played the Class 313 in so long, so probably, maybe, who knows. Right, we are approaching Arenstraat. Nice little station. Let's see if... see the second one. I don't know why the second one is delayed. Maybe the second one is me. Because obviously I do, like if you look at the timetable here, I'm supposed to go to Molenbeek. And, I don't know, it's 7:25 right now. I'm supposed to be at I'm supposed to get to Pambos by 7:31. So maybe I'm running behind schedule a little bit. So basically it's telling... That's probably me. That's probably the return journey if I was to do it in this video. The return journey back to Molenbeek is actually delayed and I'm probably running a little bit late. Which, nothing new. This is all normal stuff here. This now gets into kind of another part of the city. I think this is like another little mini city outside of Rijndam, where the station which we're now approaching is Noord-Violet, which was the sort of original semi-terminus of line M1, and originally line M1 was split into two, where another branch line would go from this station all the way to Pambos, because that section between here and Pambos was single track most of the way. So in a way it kind of made sense. You'd have a train that would run up and down the single track, and then you would have these trains that go back into the capital, or the city, and that would kind of be good for, you know, capacity and frequency of trains. But obviously now in these later years they've made it so that city-bound trains coming from the city can actually terminate at Pambos all the way. So normally, you can see here there's like 3 platforms. So I'm guessing this is where the branch used to like come in and terminate and go up to Pambos. But what now this third bay track is actually used for is this line here, which actually goes off to the side, and I'm not going to follow it all the way because I don't know how much of the line is actually... This is the actual Transport Museum Heritage line, which is like catered by like a little 2-car, like the old 2-car unit, like the most oldest one. and that goes to the depot, the transport depot, which there is one here to the right, I do believe. So you can take a little heritage line here, and I'll probably see if I can try and get that scenario working, and maybe at some point in the future do that as a video, maybe as an episode of Metro Sim. We shall see. So now, as you can see, we're on single track, and this single track alternates between, there's like some stations which have double track, and some which most of this section is single track. So you can now see kind of this made kind of sense before, where there was like a branch train off the line M1 that would actually go from the station we just departed from and all the way up to Pambos and back. So they're kind of like two separate lines, but now obviously they've integrated it in together. It's similar actually if you relate it to in Simvilet, how line A used to be. If you guys remember in the early versions, like in 3.6 and 3.7, I think, maybe 3.6, I don't know about 3.7, but line A used to go from Springstraat down to Stadionweg, and that was the shuttle that would normally be the normal line A, and then the odd frequent service, mainly in rush hour, would continue all the way to Simvilet Centrum with longer trains. So think of it like that. But obviously this one is more separate, because I don't think city-bound and trains from the city would actually go all the way up to Pambos. I think Pambos, between Pambos and Noordvilla, it was just that service. It didn't overwrite with the services from the city, so it was its own separate entity. But yeah, compare it to something like Line A in the Simvilet map. Very cool here, crossing a empty river. I don't think there's any water mechanics yet in this game, but you know, it's kind of cool. Nice bridge. And this is, again, here, nice little turning point, as you can see, where a service can come up and come back down and actually wait for another service to come back round. It's pretty cool. Coming in. I'll take it off AI for these last few stops, I do believe. So, you know, we have a little bit of driving. I've driven a little bit on and off in this video, but, you know. Right. Let's take off the AI. Prepare myself. Are we... we're alright to go. We're already slightly running late, but who cares? Right, let's pump it up. 40 mile an hour speed here. How we're doing actually for time. See, we're kind of late here. We still have one more stop to go before Pambos, and we're supposed to be at Pambos at 7:31, and right now it is 7:31. So that delayed service you saw back there on those boards on the return stations, that's me. But I like this kind of section of the route. It's very like village-like in a way, kind of just like driving through some villages and whatnot. Right, this station is Enkelaan, I do believe. Yes, Enkelaan. I don't even know. I'm probably not saying that right at all. Ooh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Tell me, guys, your thoughts and opinions in the comment. What do you think of update 3.10 to Metro Sim? What do you guys think about it? I think it's actually really good, and I think it's a really good big update. Especially just having a new map is just so nice, I feel. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me. Just having a new map to play on and whatnot. Having the day and night in cycle as well is really cool. Stand clear. Let us depart. I'm not gonna speed too much. I think the speed limit's 40 out with these crossings, I think. We'll see now. No, it is 70. Right, we're coming up to our final stop, which is Pambos, where this train terminates, and it goes all the way back to Molenbeek. And as you can see, Pambos actually does have 2 sidings here, and this is where the older branch train that would go only back to Noord-Viet would actually side, like in the mornings, I think, and whatnot. And I think there is an activity where you actually start from the siding here and go into the platform here at Pambos, and you do basically a Pambos to Noord-Viet service, essentially, which I could do for you guys at some point in an episode. First, I want to go through all of the lines, of course, all of the lines that I haven't done, and then once we've done everything we can with all the lines, then we go back and do like alternate services. I think that's fair enough. Right, here we go. Perfect. That is good stuff, and I will then shut off the controls. I will also, just for some realism, change it back to Molenbeek. But we're not obviously going to be driving back to Molenbeek. We've done our service today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I definitely have, and it's it's good to be back in a. It's good to be back in Metro Sim. I know loads of people literally, as soon as 3.10 hit, everyone was like, "Qwerty, where's the video? You need to do Metro Sim now." And I'm like, okay, give me some time, just, I wanted to start off doing like a video in the night, but I just can't. Oh god, and look, my train's already just leaving by itself because the AI just takes over. But I wanted to do the initial video I wanted to actually do was a night video, and I will try and get to that at some point. But what I'm finding really annoying now is I can't skip forward in time effectively. It takes so long. Like, say if I started now skipping forward in time, I'll press control and page up, I think, to go forward. It would take literally an hour to get through the whole day, because even though it's going like really fast, it doesn't really. And someone actually recommended to me on my Train Sim Class 325 video to press control shift and page up, but that doesn't seem to work. I thought that would move the hour, which would have been really nice, but it doesn't do it. But I'll try and find a way of trying to get into nighttime. Maybe on it might be more easier to make it nighttime on Simvilet, because there are some activities that actually start off in the evening compared to activities available for this map, which are kind of scarce in the evening time. But we'll see what we can do in the future about that. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of Playing Metro Simulator. The shoutouts again go to COMTOP and RioPlayzHD. That's again COMTOP and RioPlayzHD. Their links and stuff will be down below. Do show them some love. I will see you guys in another episode of this, or in another video. Take care, guys, and have a lovely day.
We ain't